Welcome back, everybody. LightningESL.com. Here at Lightning ESL, a common type of phrase I've heard many times in my life is, "You're 2 years ahead of your time." It could be 5 years ahead of your time, and so on. I've come up with many ideas in the past, and my boss might say to me many times over, "You're ahead of your time." Or in this case, "You're 2 years ahead of your time." Idea came out now, let's process it now. Boss might say, "We're not ready for it." Indirectly, he might say to himself and others, "You're 2 years ahead of your time. We can't do this now. It's a good idea. We don't have the money, we don't have the time, we don't have the personnel, etc. You're 2 years ahead of your time." Notice these words in this special phrase. You're, or you are, 2 years ahead of your time. Most people think like this. I think like this. I've told people many times, I teach a class a lot different than you're used to. There's an old expression, most teachers teach this way. I teach this way. Totally different. That's why my whole life I've heard many times from people, my bosses, teachers, fellow teachers and so on, "Brian, you're ahead of your time. You're 2 years ahead of your time." It's a common excuse to a lot of people that don't understand how I'm thinking so far ahead of other people's thinking. I think outside the box, you might say, and it's a common excuse for many managers to give to you because you think of something so different than anybody else. And there's a lot of fear there. A lot of fear means hesitation. I can't do this right now. It might X. It might X. That's fear. Total fear. Yeah. Fear stalls a lot of things. A lot of inventions were not created because of fear. Fear of the unknown. That's why you can't do it. So your boss might come back to you and say, "You're ahead of your time by 2 years, or 2 years ahead of your time." Don't get mad. It's actually flattery. It's flattery. They enjoy ideas coming outside of everybody else. That's why they like what you're thinking. But they might say to you in a certain way, "You're 2 years ahead of your time." Don't feel angry. Feel flattered that you're above the norm. You think differently than everybody else. That's a good thing. As long as it's legal and safe, that's a good thing. So when you hear the expression, "You're 2 years ahead of your time," think it as a flattering statement to you. All right? This is Lightning ESL. Thanks very much for your time. Bye-bye.